not a lot of people in marketing come from a marketing background, to be fair.
A lot of people now understand what marketing's function is. And to be honest, it's what's always fascinated me about marketing, because actually marketing wasn't your original route, was it? So you studied criminology, am I right?
Psychology.
Okay.
Almost.
Nearly. I do sometimes pay attention to what you say.
Yeah. I find, having been a manager now for a while and interviewed lots of different people for lots of different roles, not a lot of people in marketing come from a marketing background, to be fair. One of those, you don't know what you want to do until you do it.
Like, for example, my son has just done his first year of his GCSEs. They actually start a year earlier at his school. So he was having to choose his GCSEs when he was 13. And that's weird to me. And it was weird to me when I was at school that I'm at school at the age of 13, 14 years old, trying to decide what I want to do with the rest of my life. And actually, at that point, do you really know what you want to do?
Other than play Xbox.
We didn't have
well, you did it, but your son does.
We didn't have Xboxes when I was younger. I had an Atari ST, if you know what one of those is.
I can guarantee if you'd asked me what I wanted to do at 13, it was play Xbox. not geography.
But the thing is, I think the interesting thing about marketing is that a lot of other things come into play. Like, you studying psychology is actually a really great route into marketing, because it's understanding how people think. And my interest in marketing came about really from growing up in London and spending quite a lot of time on the underground and being absolutely fascinated by how I was being influenced by all these images around me. That's where I found my interest in marketing, and actually didn't come back to marketing. I wanted to be a graphic designer, and actually I still use some of those skills in my day-to-day work and quite a lot outside of work as well. But that was what picked up my interest of wanting to be a graphic designer. That didn't happen because I followed a completely different route, and I went into management, people management, and then from there went into sales. But again, all of those things kind of feed into marketing, and I've always looked at it as, well, I'm a consumer, so how do I want to be sold to? And actually that's where that skill comes from, because not everybody has that skill, because some people know that they're being sold to, but they don't understand how. Do you know what I mean? So if I asked my wife, for example, what do you want to see from an advert or from a poster or from a social media post, she wouldn't be able to tell me, because she doesn't analyze it in that way.
No, it's almost subconscious, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's why you might be watching an episode of TV and hear a beer crack.
All of dry lips. Thirsty.
When you walk past a bus stop, you're like, I should really fancy a Coke right now. I just don't know why.
Other soft drinks are available.
I think reflecting on, what you just brought up about like the route into marketing. Actually, I think if I'm reflecting, I think what actually got me into marketing, well, I didn't know it at the time, it's just a love for the internet. Growing up around that.
As a 13-year-old boy.
Yes. But, back when I was like 13, 14, MySpace, a lot of people might not even know MySpace at this point, to be fair, like if anyone Gen Z is watching, but
I mean, I was going to say that makes you quite old, but it makes me even older.
but the really interesting thing about MySpace is you had your own page, your own front page, which was a profile, but you could edit the HTML of your own profile to make it look how you wanted to. And I think that was my first kind of like, knowledge of what code is, because I was like downloading MySpace feeds, which would then be littered with ads. And I was like, I don't want this all over my profile. So I was reading code, learning how to delete elements and doing that. And at that point, with it all being so new, there wasn't like coding courses. There wasn't like, this is exactly how you do this. Computer science wasn't a subject at school. We were doing IT, and they were like doing like little games where you control a frog to jump around. You know what I mean? So, I think it's the ability to kind of like self-teach. And Google is my job now, but I was good at using Google to find what I need to self-teach. And that still is such an important skill for marketing now.
I think, and it's interesting you should say that, because that's exactly where my son is now. He's studying computer science at the moment, and is very good at it. I'm very proud to say. But a lot of that has come out of playing on the Xbox. He loved Minecraft, which has got quite a kind of, I'm given to understand I've not played Minecraft. But that's got an element of coding inbuilt into it, in understanding how to build worlds around it. And that's what's spawned his interest. But what I thought was really interesting actually about when he was choosing to do computer science was that his school actually actively tried to put students off doing the subject.
They think it's going to be a cakewalk, and it's going to be playing games.
Yeah, and it's not. But Joseph was very, very, resolute in the fact that he wanted to do computer science. He's not 100% sure what he wants to do with that at the moment, but he certainly knows that he wants to work in that sort of sphere, whether it be game design or something. He doesn't know. But I feel like, similar to you with doing psychology, that has lots of roots from it.
It was a good broad one, and I could blag. I could blag it into a career.
Shaun Wyatt 2024.